I've always wished that tech companies would just tell folks what the heck is going on.
Please stop vibrating. There's been a recent dust-up between Patreon and Lauren Southern over Lauren Southern's involvement with Defend Europe. Allegedly, Defend Europe was engaging in activities that could lead to loss of life or violence. Judging from what I've read, this assessment is actually accurate. The Defend Europe's mission statement includes intercepting NGO boats engaged in trafficking of economic migrants out on sea. Sea intercepts are inherently dangerous affairs. Having said that, the way this entire matter was handled by Patreon was appalling. It wasn't just unethical, it actually violated Canadian consumer protection, and Lauren would have had grounds to sue. So here's my open letter to you, Jack Conte, founder of Patreon. I'm doing this because it looks like you actually might respond to concerns from people other than your political comrades. You said you want to empower the small creator to build a life around their passion. That's an admirable goal, and I salute you for it. I cheered your talk at VidCon because I believe in that vision myself. I personally don't care which side you're rooting for in this retarded Punch and Judy show. Support Punch, support Judy. It means little to me. But you, Jack Conte, have to decide if supporting the little guy or gal is your goal, or advancing your support of Judy in the Punch and Judy show is your goal. And I hope you don't decide to become another corporate oligarch who tells the little guy or gal what they should think or fuck them. That's you squishing the little guy. If I had all the facts of Lauren Southern's case, I might have actually agreed with your decision, but I don't, and so I can't support it, and certainly not how you came to it. Your process is opaque and potentially tainted by your own political biases. You know, because you support Judy and all of that while other people support Punch. You say that you're going to create an appeals process. My suggestion to you, Jack, if you want to stay on the right side of consumer protection law and ethics, is that appeals process be transparent. In fact, it shouldn't be an appeals process because any punitive action should be taken after guilt is proven. You should either hand the adjudication of complaints over to a neutral third party or build a politically diverse panel of judges appointed by their respective communities. You know, the Judyites and the Punchists, and maybe a representative for all of us who just can't stand watching the shit show at all. When you are handling people's livelihoods, you know, their source of putting food on the table, you are dealing with larger liabilities, both legally and ethically, and a lower burden of proof. Lower burden of proof than YouTube. You can't afford to act like YouTube. Not that YouTube can technically afford to act like YouTube either. And since you have your own political beliefs, you need to make sure the process for handling complaints is as politically neutral as possible, for no other reason than protecting your own ass. And as for myself, I'll say this. If you violate consumer protection law in Canada and I have the opportunity to fight back against your exercise of corporate power mongering, I won't just walk away like Lauren. You dodged a bullet there. You see this number? This is your sword of Damocles. I would suggest not doing anything that might make it fall on your bottom line. Do I want to use it? Fuck no. But I figure it's my duty, since nobody else is standing up to corporate bullies. It's not the only sword of Damocles either, Jack. There are a lot more like it. Now I'm going to address Honey Badger Radio's bottom line. We've had a lot of people on Patreon HBR over this. To be honest, this actually hurts us more than it does Patreon. So if you absolutely cannot stand Patreon, switch your pledge over to a monthly pledge through Feed the Badger here. But if you really hate Patreon, I would suggest you keep your pledge right there, because it keeps that aforementioned sword of Damocles sharp and heavy. Thank you.